Hello, 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 all you beautiful, magnificent souls. What is happening in the world today? For those who do not know, I reside in Utah, and we were hit by an earthquake. It was crazy. We have little shudders here and there, and when it first came in was a little shudder, followed by a rumble. After getting my loved ones and getting underneath a door frame and realizing it wasn't going to stop, like it had continued at this point for probably a good minute, which is the longest and the hardest. I literally my mind went to, holy shit, Gaia is pissed and she is ready to put us all in check. And another thing, if you didn't know, Utah sits on one of the biggest fault lines. And I was pretty sure that was about to. Grateful it didn't. We have been feeling some aftershocks. I believe Salt Lake, for the most part, was shut down. Many businesses were shut down. There was some damage. It hit out by magnet, or started by magnet, and I think the whole state felt it in some fashion or other. So what is going on? I've had a lot of downloads, I think all March, and it's come in static and it's come in waves, mostly very heavy. I won't lie, I've been exhausted. But there's been a lot of dots that have connected. And I'm so encouraged to share with you, okay? Yes, Gaia has been purging. There are things that we can control. There's things that we can't. I'm totally going to free write this video, so bear with me because I'm going to just hope that all these connect. But if you were following me or watched any of my videos back in November, I remember there was this massive, reoccurring theme, we need to heal, please heal. I just remember Spirit coming in really strong and hard. There's just a lot of resistance and nobody wants to face it. And many people did. Many people struggled. I've also talked about this karma. Karma being, how do we respond or do we react? Back in January with the Cancer full moon, again, downloads of feel one more massive wave. It feels like we are coming in for a good purge, so that we can enter into 2020. Thank you, 2020. We all were rallying for you. Where have you left us? That was actually me. It wasn't me, but it made me laugh. But I do feel like it's actually going to be all okay. To give you some insight, going back to that time era of November, feeling like the key is in the wound, asking for people to do their healing. And as the energies have been applied, people are feeling it, and now we are feeling it much globally, which is actually kind of a beautiful thing, and I'll get into that. But either you have learned the lesson or you didn't. Either you're feeling it and you have a new response, or you're going back to your habitual ways of reacting. And again, and as I've said in another video, Spirit, guides, angels, higher self is only a call away, and they are ready to help maneuver and navigate you through anything that needs purging to bring you back to your roots, to your core, to help you feel whole. So what does this all have to do with everything? Well, we've had catastrophes. We've had natural disasters throughout all of our experience, all over the world. And we've had attacks. We've been in war basically our whole life. And then we have things that happen on a very individual level. And this is what I'm feeling very called to speak of. If we haven't been able to rise from our past and learn from it, then we're feeling it and we're going back into habitual ways. The thing is that, as Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Does our habitual ways serve us? Do we go into the same instinctual guard, fight or flight, or freeze, or do we rise above? What theme has kept on reoccurring? There's so much happening, and it was the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You may or may not know this, but the major download, and this is for the collective, we have been training for this. Now let me explain, because that might be like, what? Every day in our life, on a very individual level, or even global, or through country, or the things that happen around us, things are happening. We are faced with devastation. We are faced with turmoil. We are faced with grief. Death is a part of life. Natural disasters are a part of life. This manpower, greed, overrule is a part of our life. Do I think Gaia is pissed and is completely unbiased? Yes. But there's always about balance, right? We have the yin, we have the yang. Everything has to be balanced. And I feel very strongly that we have all been trained and being prepped on this. To give you ideas, some people literally experience excruciating emotional pain in depression, apathy, trauma, through abuse or neglect or whatever it may be, that it feels almost relieving to feel physical pain. We have either you or somebody around you has endured cancer or things like, what was the word? Like tumors. We all are faced with the potential flu every season. These things happen. What is different about this time era that our divine is doing versus the other times? We're just all facing it all together at the same time. And I really do feel like this is a beautiful thing. It's this remembering of how powerful we really are. And this isn't like woohoo talk. Like literally, quantum physics has got to the point where, do you know that just the attention, your intention on an atom will alter its course? So while we are being in quarantine and confined to our homes, and yes, definitely we should be taking safe measures, we have a lot of power in raising the vibration, the consciousness, and it all begins with you. It starts with this knowing how to respond rather than react. And that even comes down to the people. I was at the grocery store today and I got really fortunate. I had no intentions actually, but I've been needing to buy some toilet paper. They were stocked. There wasn't very much left, but they were stocked. And as I was going down, it was one package per person. And I was just kind of strolling down and there was kind of a line. And as I got closer and it was at my time, a couple literally like almost intervened right in front of me to ensure. And I'm looking and there's enough if we're all doing one per person. And I kind of kept my cool. But I was in immediate kind of like human instinct, like I was first or I was next, but I let them. But in that, it was this desperation of, I got to get there. I got to get some or else it's going to be gone. And it kind of wanted to fuel me, but I'm hoping, because by taking a deep breath and I was able to look at them and give them a smile, like, go ahead. Maybe they do need it worse than I do. Do you know that our needs will be taken care of through faith? Do we really need toilet paper? I mean, what did our ancestors do before there was toilet paper? And I'm just being legit. Do we really need toilet paper? Yes, it's convenient. Yes, it's very, very nice and it's great for our the hygiene and all the advances we've made. But at the end of the day, do we really need that? We need air, we need oxygen, we need food, we need connection. Connection. These are the things that humans are wired for. And are coming together, recognizing the things that we can control, the things that we cannot control, and having the wisdom to decipher, knowing how to respond rather than react. To always take a deep breath, especially when you feel a trigger, to work through it, to let it come and go. It can be scary, you know, and I'll be honest, I'm not scared to get to the other side. I do have a lot of fears. Going home is not necessarily one of my fears. I do care about the people I'm with. I had lots of losses, especially within a little over a year. Many people I love dear have been taken from me. And with any kind of catastrophe, with any kind of grief, with any kind of hurt, there are internal wounds that like to come up and like to be surfaced. With any kind of scare, there are internal things being boiled up on a very individual level, because all of our experiences are very different, to be asked to be looked at. There is so much happening. Great opportunities to do this. And again, if you are not responding, if you can be honest with yourself and you feel like you're in a reaction and you're going back to habitual, guys, spirit is like, I'm here. Like, let's do the work. It's never too late. The only thing is that you may be feeling these pressures worse than you were before. And that's why I felt like I guess I refer to this, the karmic cycle. It's hitting, and it's hitting all of us. We are asked to stand in our integrity and in our truth and to know who we are, which is a part of the divine. I've said that before. Having faith and knowing that all of our needs will be taken care of, and knowing that the power of our mind, the intention alone of a higher frequency of love, that which quantum physics has already deemed a fact, that in our conscious awareness we can alter an atom's course. I do feel very good about all of this at the end. Will it get worse before it gets better? Well, it depends. How fast are we all ready to be on board? How fast are we all ready to, find the serenity to accept the things we can, the courage to change the things that the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. Coming together. I really want to get back to these individual readings and zoom in on, because I know, even as all this is happening, I know everybody's having things that are happening within their own internal life amongst what's happening with the global. It is all coming down to our consciousness and how we respond. You have been training for this on very smaller grounds, if you might want to say, so that we can all come together as a collective. Spirit's been preparing and working with us through the emotional wounds, through our own other devastations, through the catastrophes, all the things that have happened. There are some things that we just can't change. But how will we respond? I have so much love for you guys. That has been coming in strong this week amongst Static and the other heavyweights and this up and down. I can't tell you that we're going to move through it really fast. I just know that the faster we all get on board, and if it just starts with you and you being an example, you'll be surprised how much light and calm and peaceness you can bring to other people. As always, I am not downplaying anything. This stuff is real. We face all this stuff, it's very real. But so is the individual experiences we've had, from our family members to the things that have happened in our own lives. There's cycles and there's things, and it's always about balance and finding that harmony. I have so much love for you guys. Hopefully Utah is done with I have no idea what the shock the aftershocks are still going to continue or not. It seems to be settled down. I said that the last time before it came in again. But it's amazing because I think we're all here for one another, right? So much love. Till next time.